Russ Lewis, KGW Northwest News Channel 8.
If you're writing Santa Claus and you want a response before Christmas, make sure you get that letter in the mail no later than December 18th. And make sure you have your return address on it, too.
I will. See you at 6.
Castro's message, sending thousands of Cubans into the streets demanding the return of a 6-year-old boy. Now, hints of a deal that would return him to Havana. President Clinton making news in his final press conference of '99 on the Middle East, Hillary, Monica, and his choice for man of the century. In depth tonight, serious questions about one of the hottest new therapies using genes to cure disease. And Sister Act, nuns who know how to get attention, to spread the word and spread the wealth.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
Good evening. Well, Cuba and the United States are at it again. This time a massive protest in Havana over a 6-year-old boy who's become the poster child for the struggle between these two neighbors. He was rescued at sea, clinging to an inner tube after the boat in which he was riding capsized. His mother and his stepfather were lost. Cuban exiles in Miami immediately claimed the youngster should not be returned. Then Fidel Castro got involved. But now tonight, maybe there's a deal. NBC's Andrea Mitchell is in Havana tonight.
Another large demonstration tonight, as many as 100,000 expected outside the U.S. mission in Havana. An angry crowd rallied by Cuba's government and encouraged to demand the return of the 6-year-old child. Elian Gonzalez is in Miami. His mother drowned at sea. His father in Cuba demanding his return. So much tension now that President Clinton was asked about it at his press conference today.
I don't think that politics or threats should have anything to do with it, and if I have my way, it won't.
And in Havana, Cuban officials now say Fidel Castro was misunderstood last weekend when he said the boy had to be returned within 72 hours. In other words, by today. That was just an expression, Cuban officials say. It was advice, not a deadline. So what is Castro up to?
The circumstance where Fidel Castro has the opportunity to engage in some bluster, to accuse the United States of once again being the imperialist.
The key to a solution, the boy's father. He has said he cannot get a fair custody hearing in Florida because of what he calls that state's anti-Castro bias. So diplomatic sources tell NBC News the outline of a compromise. The father would assert his custody claim by showing documents, proof of parentage, to American officials in Havana, and the boy would be returned. Even some of the child's Miami relatives agree with that.
I think the best for him is to be on his father's side, which is in Cuba.
But the rest of the Miami family still vows to fight the boy's return in court. In the past, when Castro has felt he could not beat the U.S., he has flooded America with refugees. Though tense, so far, no sign he'll do that this time. Meanwhile, today, Cuban officials tell NBC they are pleased that a U.S. Coast Guard cutter is now returning 6 Cubans who allegedly hijacked this tourist boat Monday. If a solution to the custody dispute is reached and the boy is returned to communist Cuba, Miami's Cuban-American community will make the Clinton White House pay a very heavy political price. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, Havana.
So, what is the law in these matters? It's an ever more important question in a world where families are often split between nations and cultures. We've asked NBC's Justice Department correspondent Pete Williams to look into that tonight.
While the 6-year-old boy is considered legally too young to make his own decisions, the law points toward one outcome. Under the law in Florida or any other state in America, the wishes of a child's parents get the most legal weight. So while police guard the house where the boy is staying today, American legal experts are nearly unanimous in predicting the legal conclusion. The boy will almost certainly have to go back.
Courts will almost always determine that the best interest of the child lies in being with an actual biological or adoptive parent and not with being with a great aunt or a great uncle who happen to live a more prosperous life in a freer place.
For now, the boy's fate is not in court. It's in the hands of the U.S. Immigration Service in Miami. Its rules say the boy's father must have the chance to prove he's actually the parent and say whether he wants his son back. While cases like this are rare, U.S. officials say the parents' wishes are generally followed. While that's pending, legal experts say the boy's relatives in Miami would have little legal recourse in a state courtroom trying to stop the process. Even so, a lawyer for the relative says it's worth a try.
We feel that young Elian would be in danger in Cuba. We feel that it would not be in his best interest to be in Cuba.
But a legal scholar and former government immigration lawyer says there's only one thing to do.
I think they should act quickly and expedite the return of this child to his parent, as we would expect if this were one of our children.
As important as America's political differences with Cuba may be, legal experts say there's an even stronger principle here, the right of a father to control the destiny of his own son. Pete Williams, NBC News, Washington.
And in Washington tonight, there's very important news regarding the Middle East from President Clinton. Israel's new prime minister and Syria's foreign minister will meet in Washington. This will be the first meeting between these two countries in almost 4 years. More on that tonight and the rest of the president's news conference from NBC's David Bloom, who's at the White House. David?
Tom, the president's announcement of Israeli-Syrian peace talks is one more sign the tensions in the Middle East are for now easing. And while the president cautioned that success is not inevitable, he's clearly upbeat about the prospects for peace.
As soon as possible.
Israelis and Syrians still need to make courageous decisions in order to reach a just and lasting peace. But today's step is a significant breakthrough, for it will allow them to deal with each other face to face. And that is the only way to get there.
It was a wide-ranging news conference, including everything from the president's pick for man of the century, Franklin Roosevelt, to his own infidelity and impeachments. Among the highlights, on his affair with Monica Lewinsky and subsequent impeachment trial.
Most of life's greatest wounds for individuals and for countries are self-inflicted. The mistake I made was self-inflicted and the misconduct of others was not.
On his wife's New York Senate race, and they're living apart next year.
It's not the best arrangement in the world, but it's something that we can live with for a year.
On his decision to file a massive lawsuit against gun manufacturers on behalf of the nation's 3 million public housing residents.
They're not trying to bankrupt any companies. They're trying to make their living spaces safer, and I think it's a legitimate thing.
On his biggest disappointments this year.
I'm terribly disappointed that we still haven't passed the Patients' Bill of Rights, that we still haven't raised the minimum wage, that we still haven't passed hate crimes legislation, that we still didn't pass that common sense gun legislation, which was crying out for action after what happened at Columbine.
What's clear tonight is that despite his lame duck status, President Clinton still yearns to accomplish much next year. But with Republicans in control of Congress and the 2000 elections looming, his influence is waning and his time is running out. Tom?
Thanks very much, NBC's David Bloom at the White House tonight. There is more news from NASA tonight as well, and like almost all the news from the space agency this year, it's not good. Another important mission is in jeopardy just one day after the depressing defeat of the Mars lander project. More on this story now from NBC's Robert Hager.
NASA's newest setback, Shuttle Discovery, poised for long-delayed liftoff on Saturday, now suddenly on hold again. Dent just found today in a fuel line. Its mission to repair the ailing Hubble telescope, now off for days or even into next year. This problem just after the stunning failure of this year's Mars missions, and a concession today from NASA's boss, Daniel Goldin, that the policy he initiated for faster, better, and cheaper unmanned missions with leaner staffing may need some adjustment.
If we have not done the right level of training, if we have been inappropriately staffing programs, we'll go fix it.
And Goldin says the next attempt to land on Mars in 2 years could now be put off well beyond that.
We want to take a pause, understand what went wrong, make a mid-course correction, and keep on an unbelievably aggressive program at Mars.
For NASA, it's a remarkable change. Just 1 year ago, the agency was flush with success.
NASA then coming off the triumph of the John Glenn mission. But ever since, almost one setback after another. Electrical problems that have kept shuttle flights to a minimum. International Space Station on virtual hold. Temporarily crippled Hubble telescope. Goldin insists his basic policy has saved billions, and any changes will be minor.
Faster, better, cheaper is here to stay.
But others say the loss of the Mars lander and the 2 small probes with it is a wake-up call. American University's Howard McCurdy.
And now to have these 3 failures is a real setback, not just to the Mars expeditions, but also to the whole future of spaceflight in the United States.
And now even the weekend shuttle on hold. And with it, NASA's hopes for some small turnaround. Anything to launch the agency back on its correct course into space. Robert Hager, NBC News, Washington.
Still ahead here tonight, Lifeline, a revolutionary medical treatment offers new hope, but then a young man dies. Was that treatment to blame? Is it just too dangerous?
In medical science, if you stopped every trial because somebody died, we wouldn't have medicine the way we have it today.
He was in a fight for his life, but did this cutting-edge treatment wind up killing him? That's tonight's In Depth. And the Singing Sisters of St. Paul. They're nuns, but they're also selling their message, and lots of CDs as well.
We're picking up our CEO.
Fortunately, the company cars have OnStar.
We swerved off the road and boom, the airbags go off.
There was a deer.
I never saw it.
Seconds later, an OnStar advisor calls and says, I just got a signal, your airbags went off, should I send an ambulance?
We were fine, but she called for a tow truck and a limo.
Good thing I called OnStar.
OnStar called us.
Oh, right.
The one-touch connection to people who can help.
OnStar.
Call 1-800-OnStar-7.
How stuffed is overstuffed? What am I forgetting?
Want to call Mom back?
Nope, I've got it. They're gonna love these.
Great holiday meals start with flaky, buttery-tasting crescent rolls.
Pretty impressive. I wonder where she gets it from.
I wonder.
Make their holiday the Doughboy way.
All right, kid. Here we go. 10-9. What do you got? What do you got? What? Yeah. All right, come on, come on.
What would you do if someone you loved had a heart attack?
Yeah.
Did you know it's now been proven that the same Bear aspirin you have in your bag for muscle aches may actually help stop you from dying if you take it during a heart attack?
Downtown. Lucky shot.
Can your pain reliever do that? Talk to your doctor now.
Next time I'll go easier on you.
Bear, powerful pain relief and so much more.
Wind tunnel by Hoover picks up more dirt than any other clean air upright. And you can get one that's self-propelled.
Getting those urban cowboys on horses was trying enough. And you throw in some serious chili, we're talking major heartburn. And we were way out there, and this cowboy, he pulls this Zantac 75 out of his saddlebag. I said, what are you, a Zantac salesman? He said, no, I'm a doctor.
The medicine in Zantac 75 is the #1 doctor-prescribed acid reducer. It relieves even your toughest heartburn, controlling acid for up to 12 hours.
Hats off to you, Doc.
Zantac 75 for tough.
New tonight at 6, we show you how robotic parking will impact Portland. Believe it or not, the city has seen this idea before. A look at the first robotic parking lot. Tonight at 6 on Northwest News Channel 8, where the news comes first. Meteorologist Matt Savino, weeknights on News Channel 8.
7 Central. NBC News In Depth tonight. Lifeline, the frontier of modern medicine, gene therapy. It's offered new hope to those battling diseases. Since the first human gene therapy experiments began in 1990, approximately 4,000 patients have had their unhealthy genes replaced in more than 350 trials. But now one of those patients, a young man, has died. And at a government hearing today, charges and countercharges about why it happened. And once again, the overriding concern, is it worth the risk? NBC's chief science correspondent, Robert Mazel, reporting tonight In Depth.
It holds amazing promise, a way to cure diseases that have been incurable, a revolutionary treatment to actually replace defective genes that cause disease with healthy genes. But the unexpected death in September of 18-year-old Jesse Gelsinger chilled the enthusiasm, causing many to ask, is gene therapy dangerous? Should it be restricted? Today, investigative hearings at the National Institutes of Health. Jesse Gelsinger's father said researchers at the University of Pennsylvania did nothing wrong, and Jesse understood the risk, hoped he could serve as a pioneer.
Jesse wanted to help. That's his right to do that. There were indications there were life-threatening circumstances involved in this.
Tish Simon understands the risk, too. Her son, Sonny, suffered the same rare liver disease as Jesse Gelsinger. It left him severely handicapped. Sonny would have taken the experimental treatment, but he never got the chance. He died in 1996. That's why Tish Simon volunteered herself for the same experiment. She has a mild form of the disease, and she got the same medication that killed Gelsinger.
I felt that if I expected him to do the gene therapy, how could I expect him to do something that I wouldn't do myself?
Tomorrow, Simon plans to tell the NIH that the experiments must go on.
Gene therapy is just beginning. Please give it a chance. Don't end it before it really begins. Please don't take away the only hope of these parents and their children.
There is no doubt many patients and parents of children with inherited diseases agree. They see gene therapy as their only hope. Scientists agree that it will be someday, but they say so far the hype has exceeded the results.
According to the best evidence, Jesse died from a rare allergic reaction to the virus used to transport genes into the body. Experts point out the only way to detect such rare medical dangers is to carry out tests on humans. Arthur Kaplan heads the bioethics program at the University of Pennsylvania.
Medical experimentation is inherently risky. There's no getting around it. We want to believe that we can experiment without risk. We want to believe that we can experiment without having people die. But we can't. I wish we could, but we can't.
Tish Simon says people should not overreact to one death.
In medical science, if you stopped every trial because somebody died, we wouldn't have medicine the way we have it today in this country.
Cutting-edge medicine like gene therapy that many say can be developed only through tests on volunteers who understand the risks and are willing to take them. Robert Bazell, NBC News, New York.
Coming up next here, our special series, Holiday Shopping Online. How to get the best deal.
My driving test kind of got off to a bad start.
On calls like this, you want to talk a while. That's why it's always a good idea to dial 10-10-321.
Well, I thought I was in first.
With 10-10-321, you save 50% on calls over 10 minutes. Now, that's just 8 cents a minute, day or night.
I was supposed to turn on the blinker.
And no monthly fees. And that 50% off, you can go on and on and on.
So finally, I pull out of the parking space.
Talk as long as you want with 10-10-321.
How stuffed is overstuffed? What am I forgetting?
Want to call Mom back?
Nope, I've got it. They're gonna love these.
Great holiday meals start with flaky, buttery-tasting crescent rolls.
Pretty impressive. I wonder where she gets it from.
I wonder.
Make their holiday the Doughboy way.
Honey, I'm going to Staples to pick up a few gifts. Be back soon.
Attention, shoppers. Looking for the perfect gift? Well, check out aisle 3 for great prices on Sharp Mobile Organizers. And save on Panasonic phones. No, not you! You, yes. And I, or any husband, would love one of those nice global chairs. I need a leather one. Get a leather chair!
For great gift ideas and over 7,000 items at guaranteed low prices at Staples. Yeah, we've got that.
The Spot Lifter is Bissell's Wash It Down, Lift It Up, Get On With Your Life cordless deep cleaner. Life's messy. Clean it up.
Sis, I snooped in your medicine cabinet. So? You switched to X-Lax.
Yeah, Correctol works with an artificial chemical. X-Lax works with natural senna.
Very effectively, too.
You tried it.
Today's gentle X-Lax with natural vegetable senna. 4 out of 5 users agree. It's dependable overnight.
X-Lax, what a find.
What a snoop.
Today's X-Lax, good morning, guaranteed. And for relief with the added comfort of a softener, try new X-Lax Gentle Strength.
Labor of love took on a whole new meaning when Kyle was born. 12 hours of labor.
One of life's most joyful moments can also be one of its most painful. But take comfort, as so many women have, in Tylenol, the pain reliever doctors and hospitals choose most.
Come meet your little brother.
Tylenol. Take comfort in our strength.
Alone in a rowboat, facing 3,000 miles of open sea, the first and only woman to row across the Atlantic Ocean tells her incredible story tomorrow on Today.
Start the millennium with NBC News.
A pair of important courtroom stories tonight. A military murder trial that was an alleged hate crime. A court-martial in Fort Campbell, Kentucky has found Private Calvin Glover guilty of premeditated murder and the beating death of another private, Barry Winchell, who was said to be gay. Glover will be sentenced tomorrow, and he could get life in prison. And in Memphis, Tennessee tonight, a jury has found civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. was the victim of a murder conspiracy, not a lone gunman. This decision in a civil suit filed by the King family against a retired Memphis businessman who claimed that he paid someone other than James Earl Ray to murder Dr. King. Dr. King's son said he hopes this verdict will lead to a new investigation. Now to our special series this week, holiday shopping online. One of the big selling points, how easy it is, especially for finding the best price. But it's not always that simple. NBC's chief financial correspondent Mike Jensen tonight on how to get the best deal online.
Alex Gudger, Christmas shopping today in her family room. Last year, she didn't buy a single gift on the internet. This year, she and 10 million other Americans are buying holiday gifts for the first time online.
You don't have to go to the stores. They come to you.
But it's not as easy as it looks. With more than 10,000 stores available at the click of a mouse, how do you make sure you get the best deal? For starters, go with a big internet company like AOL or Yahoo. Not all the firms out there are reputable. Let the good ones lead you to merchants they've already checked out. Jerry Yang, who founded Yahoo, says also get advice from people you trust.
Ask a friend who's done it and get a little referral from your friends.
Next, don't assume you're always getting the best price. Use sites that comparison shop for you, called bots, short for robots. Tell them what you want to buy, and they check out hundreds of merchants in a flash. But be careful. Most bots direct you only to merchants who advertise with them or pay them fees. So look around yourself for better deals. When it comes to paying, stay away from checks and money orders. Use a credit card so you can stop payment if your order never comes through. Also, don't buy what you can't see. AOL's Catherine Borsenek introduced a new device today where you can actually click the buttons on this watch.
You've spent a lot of money on this kind of thing. To what end?
People want to be able to touch and feel a product like they can do in a store.
Also, make sure you don't get stuck with a huge shipping fee, up to $12 for a pair of shoes. Read the fine print and look for bargains.
There are a lot of specials out there right now during the Christmas buying season for free shipping. Look for those sites.
Another tip, check out the merchant's return policies in case what you buy is damaged or doesn't fit. And keep a written record so it's not your word against theirs. Do all that and you might even enjoy it like 55-year-old Alex Gudger, one of 64 million Americans logging onto the internet and spending almost $10 billion holiday shopping this year without ever leaving their house. Mike Jensen, NBC News, New York.
It was a quiet day on Wall Street. The blue chips gave back some early gains. The Dow finished down 38.5 points. The red-hot NASDAQ finally ended its winning streak. It fell today, but only by about a point. I'll be right back.
3 minutes from now, a heart attack victim will be rushed into this emergency room. Medication will be injected. IV fluids will be needed. The patient will be protected from infection. Breathing will be assisted. And one more life will be saved.
Mrs. Hanson? Yes. Hi, I'm Dr. Moore. Her husband's doing fine. Oh, I'm so glad.
Thanks to advanced medical techniques and a material we call plastic.
This delicious green bean casserole is not the only way to enjoy French's French fried onions. Even standard spuds become a savory side dish.
Our very own cook.com.
Smile, you've got French's.
Yeah, let me get this straight.
Yes.
Are you actually saying I don't have to pay you a separate commission every time I trade a stock?
Exactly.
I'd pay an annual fee instead.
Right.
Is anyone getting
If
this?
we don't pay you a commission every time we trade, what's your motivation?
It's just like always, Ann, your best interest.
Could you just explain it again?
Maybe what it is the fee is based on the value of our portfolios. So when we succeed, they succeed.
Well, you'll have to be patient with us. This is all very new.
That was a lot of fun. These are good
The new Blue's Clues Edition Gateway Astro PC was made to hold the kids' interest. It's got 4 Blue's Clues titles, and it's an internet-ready Gateway PC to keep them learning. It's $899 with an Intel Celeron processor. Grown-ups, call 1-800-GATEWAY.
It's time. Time for your heartburn to kick in because your heartburn relief gave out. It happens 2 or more days a week, even though you've treated it and changed your diet. That frequent, persistent heartburn may be due to acid reflux disease, potentially serious.
It's Prilosec time. Time to see your doctor about prescription Prilosec. Your results may vary, but for many people, Prilosec provides 24 hours of complete heartburn relief with 1 daily dose. Ask your doctor for more information about Prilosec and if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. 24 hours of complete heartburn relief is possible. It's Prilosec time.
Good looks and brawn made him a national sex symbol.
I had the best, and I screwed up.
Burt Reynolds on Headliners and Legends with Matt Lauer tonight on MSNBC.
Journey through the vast Arabian desert. Feel a scorpion sting. And scan the Rockies for a man-eater. Explore this weekend on CNBC.
It's a tough world out there if you want to get attention these days. You've got to compete with those snazzy .com commercials, music videos, big stars hawking their latest films. So what's a poor nun to do? Well, as NBC Jim Avila tells us tonight, in collaboration with the Wall Street Journal, one convent has made it a habit to find a way.
Boston's singing nuns, the smiling sisters of St. Paul, happy, not solemn, rollerblading through the convent halls, carrying pagers in their habits, using computers to spread the message. And much to the relief of Catholic school graduates across the country, these nuns want everyone to know they carry no rulers.
It's breaking the mold of how others perceive us. And we have seen, like, from night to day as to what people think nuns are.
Sister Bridget Ellis knew she wanted to be a nun at age 8 and thought she would have to give up music until she found the Daughters of St. Paul. They call themselves the show business wing of the Catholic Church, where Sister Bridget now directs the professional choir in a religious order devoted not just to God, but to technology, embracing mass media, printing religious books, inspirational videos, running its own webpage.
The sounds of Christmas favorites from the Daughters of St. Paul.
And now buying commercial airtime to promote their new CD, Christmas Favorites.
The sisters believe the quality of their productions should match the quality of their message, so they use sophisticated equipment and are produced by professionals. It's worked. 2 of their songs have been in Hollywood movies, and they've sold more than 200,000 CDs.
Their first big break, Robert De Niro's A Bronx Tale, where the nuns can be heard singing Ave Maria. They are a force in the fast-growing billion-dollar Christian publishing world.
We get the greatest message possible, but if they don't reach for that book on the shelf, it's not going to go anywhere.
This group of 80 nuns sells nearly 1 million books at 20 stores across the country. All profits return to the Daughters of St. Paul.
I think there's always been a fascination with nuns. They represent something very simple, very true, and very intriguing.
While working to change their own image in choreographed concerts, like this one on Staten Island last month, softening America's perception of them and their God.
You know, we're not these stern nuns or somber and serious or whatever. Somehow that translates to God.
The Smiling Sisters of St. Paul, proving with each record sold that nuns can have fun. Jim Avila, NBC News, Boston.
That's it. Nightly news for this Wednesday night. Don't forget Dateline tonight at 8, 7 Central Time.